Podketeers.
You know, I got the news this week. I mean, I saw the news. I didn't get the news.
Here on the line, we have coming over the wire. We got the news.
It's what is it? Breaking news. Yeah. Bluey is coming to Disney parks.
There you go.
Keep your eye on the globe.
Keep your eye on the globe.
Oh wait, copyright.
You know what?
That's cop. That.
Yeah.
That doesn't make me think of Indiana Jones, although it should.
No, because that's not Indiana Jones music. That's the what is that music?
But
I don't know.
It does sound like the newsreel of the world.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but what is that? That's the that's like a news.
No,
music.
that it doesn't. To me, in my head, that sounded like when you get to the castle in a Mario level.
Yeah, but it doesn't go bum bum. Anyway, if you're listening and you know what the news tune I'm thinking of, it's probably just like 60 minutes. No, 60
in my head, all I have is
right. News program. Anyway, what were you saying? What news came over the wire?
Wait. Are you talking about the?
No, that's a.
No,
that's a CBS
it's more
one,
trumpet.
I think. I don't know. I got nothing then.
TV news theme music.
Anyway,
what came over the wire?
I was thinking news of the world, but not because Bluey is coming to the parks. Not yet. We don't have a date, but I guess we know there was some article that was talking about how Bluey and pretty much the entire Healer family is coming to the Disney cruises first.
All of them?
All 4 of them, yeah.
Oh, geez.
They're going to be on the Disney cruise lines. I think the ones that are going to New Zealand, and I forgot what the other one is.
Australia.
And then they're supposed to be making their way to Disney World and to Disneyland as meet and greets as well. So if you didn't get an opportunity to meet the Healer family at D23 and you or your children or you are big fans of Bluey, now you'll get to meet them in the parks. You just gotta go to a meet and greet and stand in line for 16 hours, and it'll be fine.
Well, no, they'll cut the line off eventually, and then you just
cut it off at the 12-hour mark. Just like opening day for the Walt animatronic.
Sorry, Bluey's got to go take a nap.
That'll be funny. Yeah, I thought that was pretty fun. I wonder when it's going to happen. I'm thinking it'll probably end up being somewhere around the time of the 70th anniversary. So probably like May, June is when they'll bring them to the parks just to have an additional attraction that people can do as part of the celebration. I don't see them being a part of the parade or anything anytime soon.
Right.
But, I mean, meet and greet is cool. I guess it's going to be also part of the promotion because Disney Plus, I believe, I don't know if it was Disney or a Disney Plus announcement, but Disney and BBC announced that there's going to be a Bluey movie on Disney Plus next year. And I guess as part of the promotion for the film, they're going to be coming to the parks and stuff like that. But
they should do one of those, like, Bluey Goes to Disneyland specials.
That would be cool.
That's how you know you're officially in the family. Just like, remember how every ABC show on TGIF and everything, every one of them had a Disneyland or Disney World episode?
Full House went to Disneyland.
All of
World.
They went to Disney World. Oh, that's right. Modern Family went to Disneyland.
They were at Disneyland, yeah.
I don't know.
They all did it. Boy Meets World was there, Full House, Step by Step.
I mean, he's not part of it, but Ernest did that too.
Well, Ernest had they were like a movie. It wasn't like a TV show, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
But he was in the specials, though, so he counts.
Hey.
He was in the Splash Mountain one when it opened, so that counts.
Let's see. Okay, I'm finding a list here. Blossom, Full House.
Oh, you know what? I think... Oh, maybe it was the Full House, Step by Step, and Boy Meets World episodes that all crossed over. Because I think it was all the shows that aired that week were all somehow crossing over into each other
this
at
would
Disney
be-
World.
It was, I will tell
I
you.
1998.
don't remember this.
It was 1996.
Oh, I was off by 2 years.
It was the 3 shows that went to Disney World in 1996 are Step by Step, Boy Meets World, and Roseanne.
Roseanne.
Roseanne are the 3. Roseanne was a
forgot.
2-part episode. Step by
had
Step was a 2-part episode. Boy Meets World was a 1-part episode. Those all took place in 1996.
I
There we
did
go.
not remember Roseanne being a part of that
I'm just
block at all.
So the first one was Blossom. That was 1993. And then the Full House episode was also in 1993. Family Matters, a 2-part in 1995. And then the 3 I just said for 96. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, 1998. George Lopez, 2004.
Oh, I remember. We were in the park the day they were filming the George Lopez episode. We have pictures of like all of them behind us in the teacups.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
if my wife has them or if they're in my collection, but we have pictures of them behind us in the teacups. I think we took a picture by his chair at one point near the Plaza Inn when they were moving around later in the evening. We saw them by the Matterhorn. I don't remember, but we have some pictures of when they were filming that in the park.
Mhm.
It's kind of cool.
And then there was a big gap, 8 years, and then 2012, Modern Family, 2014, The Middle.
The Middle
that's
did it too.
They did Disney World.
Yeah.
And then Blackish in 2016, and that's the most recent one, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember the Full House episode stands out in my head a lot because
Oh yeah.
that's the one where Uncle Jesse was like, "A dream is a wish, your heart."
Well, and that's the one where
playing on the piano in front of the castle and everything.
Aladdin was in
Yeah,
it.
And-
Steve.
They
That
played
was
off
the
like
coolest part.
Steve's. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was funny. Those are good, man.
Was the Beach Boys in that episode too? I don't know. They always seem like they're in a lot of.
I
Full
think
House.
I think they were, or was that when they went to Hawaii?
I don't know. They've
Probably.
been in like.
I think is when they went to Hawaii
5
because it was also the Menahuni episode.
Okay.
I don't
You
know.
have a great memory because
They've been in.
No.
remember.
How many times have the Beach Boys
If
It has to be a few times because they
been
they
on
play
Full
together,
House?
or they did.
I talk
That is a lie. Okay, well it says the whole group of the Beach Boys
Maybe it was
were
just,
in one episode of Full House.
Oh.
Beach Boy Bingo.
Na, na,
Well, here, let's see. This doesn't tell me anything. Okay, well,
Well,
Carry on.
I think so. I think
is
like
what it
Mike
is.
Love was on like a couple episodes.
Mike was on like 7 of them.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Because like
He
him and
always
John
appeared.
Stamos are like best buds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
But
the
anyway.
reason he can sing forever whenever the heck he wants.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So anyway,
let's see.
that
Hey-
was a segment on Bluey, by the way, just so everybody knows.
Right.
That was on Bluey.
It was related.
Is there a Disney episode where Malcolm in the Middle goes to Disney?
Were they? I don't think so.
I mean, they were Fox technically.
Let's see. You can watch Malcolm in the Middle on Disney Plus, apparently, according to
Well,
this.
The reason I'm bringing it up, if they had a Disneyland episode, is because not only are they on Disney Plus, but apparently we're getting 3 or 4 new episodes of Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, really?
Okay.
This, yeah. Not that I mind. I liked Malcolm in the Middle, but why?
Why not, I guess? Let's see. Let me look it up. New York Times says Malcolm in the Middle is getting a 4-episode revival on Disney Plus. Announced with Frankie Muniz. Blah, blah, blah. The post had Bryan Cranston, Jane Kazimierz, and Frankie Muniz. So that's the parents and
Nice.
Malcolm. And that's looks like all we know so far. It says the new episodes follow Malcolm's return home with his daughter to help his parents celebrate their 40th wedding anniversary. It says unclear whether the rest of the brothers will reprise their role.
You know what? This is when they do their Disneyland trip because they take his daughter to Disneyland.
But where do they live?
Fantastic question.
Where
Middle America?
does Malcolm in the Middle take place? Star City, California.
There we go. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump from Star City, California to Anaheim.
It says the show is
Is Star City a real city?
No, it's a fictional town of Star City. But it's been filmed all over. They went to Wild Rivers in Irvine.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know. They probably are just like, Burbank, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, but hold on. This might be... Hold on. This is the Google AI telling me something, so this might be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how Google does an AI thing, and it's like...
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. It's this on the Wikipedia. It says those palm trees and desert scenery are seen in shots of the local region and town throughout the show, indicating a location in the western United States. It is never revealed which state the show is set in, except for Francis's whereabouts in the early seasons, such as military school in Alabama or his job in Alaska. In season 6, Hal's Christmas gift reveals a license plate showing it to be the Cherokee State or Oklahoma during Lois's demo derby. So that means nothing. It was filmed in California, so we can just say California to make it easier for our Disneyland episode that we want to have.
I think they should do it. This is a perfect opportunity. They got 4 episodes. Other than the fact that he's coming back to celebrate the anniversary, maybe the way they celebrate the anniversary is, as children, neither one of his parents ever got a chance to go to Disneyland, and his daughter's never been to Disneyland. And as part of the celebration and getting 2 things done at once, he takes all 3 of them to Disneyland for the first time. We're right. Okay, we need to be on the writing staff.
That's plausible.
Right? We need to be on the writing staff for Malcolm in the Middle.
And then they buy a pizza, and then they throw it on a roof.
Then they buy a $47 pizza slice.
And then they throw it on the roof.
$14 churro
of Mickey's house.
That'd be funny.
That's I don't.
That's where they find Dewey.
That's the only thing I know about Breaking Bad is there's a pizza on the roof.
Oh man, it'll be fun. I guess it'll be nice. Malcolm in the Middle is not one of those shows that I think I was chomping at the bit to see a revival of, but now that we've written 4 episodes of them going to Disneyland, I'm pretty hyped about it.
All 4 episodes are at Disneyland.
All of them.
I mean, why not? It's like they got tickets
Malcolm
for
dresses
a
up
week,
like
and there you
Indiana
go.
Jones, and
oh my goodness, yes.
It turns
they spend
out...
one day driving there. So one episode is the adventure getting there.
Okay.
Yep.
One day is DCA because they couldn't get into Disneyland. The next episode is Disneyland because they finally got there. And then the 4th day is they get locked out of their hotel room and can't get in. And their stuff is stolen, and they don't have magic bands or IDs to get new magic bands to get in the park again. And so they're running around Anaheim and Garden Walk trying to find their stuff.
Right around Anaheim.
You know what?
They just
That's a good one.
They go to the House of Blues and
everything. All around.
What else is in Anaheim? The Honda Center.
They make it to the Honda Center at one point.
Yeah.
Right?
IHOP.
They have to go to IHOP to eat breakfast.
Right.
Because all they had was a few dollars on them.
What else is in
So
Anaheim?
they share pancakes.
That big train station thing.
That
train station thing.
Cool. It looks like a big amphitheater across from the Honda Center. It's like the train station.
Amtrak. Not Amtrak.
The Metro.
Arctic.
Is that what it is?
Arctic, yeah. Yeah. where you
Anaheim
could catch-
Regional Transportation something.
Oh, I don't know. That's what it was. I actually
Yeah.
thought. It was
But
the
there's like a train, like the buses go there, and then like the
Yeah.
like light rail stuff goes there, right? Yeah.
It's so
Mhm.
cool looking at night.
I don't know. That's all I know about the 5 freeway.
It's very close. Very close.
Okay, I don't know.
Oh, I guess they would make
there's
it to
stuff.
Angel Stadium at one point
Angel
too, right?
Stadium.
All sorts of stuff.
Ice skating if they wanted to.
What's that?
Where's
what's
the
that?
ice skating?
Downtown in Anaheim. Here I am pointing. No, downtown where Promenade is, and then there's the Ducks ice rink.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Where the Ducks practice. Duh.
What
We
about
used
they
to-
go to?
That's where we used to do the art walks, and we used
Yeah.
to have the comic book shop and everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
They can go to
Yeah.
the what's that indoor water park hotel thing?
Oh,
A
that's
Great
not in
Wood
Anaheim.
Lodge or something.
That's
Oh,
next
the
door.
Great Wolf Lodge. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Over there.
What did I say?
Oh.
Great Wood Lodge.
Yeah. What town is that in?
Garden Grove.
Oh, okay. They
close
get lost
enough.
in Garden Grove. They end
Yeah,
up
if they
at,
just-
Enough.
They end up in Knott's Berry Farm by mistake over in wherever Knott's Berry Farm.
Well, they got the
Oh.
wrong freeway.
The 55.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
goodness. So here's
I
what
don't
they do.
know. I don't
okay.
live down
oh,
there.
Let me
91.
finish
Everyone's
writing the
like,
episode.
no.
They make it to Buena Park,
Buena
and they
Park.
end up at Knott's Berry Farm. They somehow sneak in the back because it doesn't look like a theme park. It just looks like any old park, right? So they sneak in the back and they find a thing of clothes that just got washed, but it's a bunch of like cowboy outfits and stuff. So they put it on and they start walking around and they get confused for the staff, for the cast members or the staff at Knott's Berry Farm, and they end up on stage with the Hillbillies, right?
Musical
Oh, that'd be
performance by
great.
Crazy Kirk and the Hillbillies.
Exactly. And then that's how they end up getting fed Mrs. Knott's chicken.
Yes. That sounds so good.
The episode is writing itself. Listen.
It is.
We just gotta animate this because we don't get Frankie Muniz and all Bryan Cranston, but we could get some animation going.
Can't we though?
Well, I mean,
If
give it
we
a shot.
pitch
Let
this
us
to them.
Let it,
If we pitch this to them, I'm sure they would be 300% on
listen.
board.
Knott's Berry Farm / Disneyland episodes. All of them are. They're all theme park related.
This is a way to show unity amongst all the parts. Unity.
Right. No
Yeah.
Universal
Loving
Studios
unity.
though.
It's
Too
big
far
old
away.
promotional.
Too
They're
far
too far.
away.
They can't make it on foot. There's too far.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna keep working on this.
All right.
and I'm gonna write it up. I'm gonna call up Brian and be like, "Yo, Bri, listen, I got an idea for these 4 episodes."
Hazen's just
you guys
tight
are
with
doing."
everybody.
Yep.
I mean, I don't like to flaunt it.
Bri, Kev,
You know.
Bobby.
Bobby, yeah.
But, hey, listen, I have some stuff I got to talk about when it comes to Bobby later in the episode.
Okay.
Because I got a letter from him this week that we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
so yeah, I'm gonna write these episodes. We're gonna pitch it to Bri, and maybe Frankie, and then we'll see where it goes.
What if
Sure.
just started going by Frank?
Nah, he would have told me.
Frank Muniz.
Nah, he would have told me.
Or Franklin. Oops,
Oh,
bumped
not
the
Franklin.
microphone. Sorry.
No.
Let it Frankie Muniz. Full name.
Franklin.
Francisco James Muniz the Fourth.
His name is Francisco.
Yes.
For reals?
That's
Oh,
what
I
it
should know
says.
this. Yeah, I
didn't
yeah.
know.
I
Your
knew
best
this as
bud,
his friend.
Francisco
Yeah,
James Muniz the Fourth.
Yeah, we're tight, so I call him Jamie.
Jamie.
James. Anyway.
He must be the son of Francisco Muniz the Third.
Oh, yeah, Andrew.
And he
course.
must be the grandchild.
The grandchild of Francisco Muniz
the
Jr.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the great
Grandson of Francisco Muniz. The first. Senior.
No lies detected.
His father is Puerto Rican.
Interesting.
His mother is half Irish and half Italian, but no word on what her name is. It's not on the Wikipedia.
I'll just text him. I'll ask him.
Hey,
I'll let you know.
Francisco, what's your mom's
I'll ask
name?
Jamie what it is. And
Jamie,
I'll tell
that's what
you.
you're calling Jamie. Also, according to the Wikipedia, he competes full-time in NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, driving
I
the
knew
number
about the
33
NASCAR stuff,
Ford
yeah.
F-150 for
Yeah.
Room Brothers Racing. Anyway,
I knew that stuff.
let's get off of Frankie Muniz because I can keep digging into his Wikipedia if you want, but probably not what people want to hear about.
All right.
No,
well,
save
let's
it
go.
for Disneyland.
Maybe.
Did you know Frankie
I don't know.
Muniz's name is Francisco? Oh, 5
you
minutes
repeat the
on his
question?
Wikipedia.
Let's see. Oh, hey. Speaking of the parks, did you guys see that the Magic Keys have like a semi-mascot now?
Is it like a dancing key?
It is
You would think.
not.
Is it like, like, let's all go to the movies, let's all go
Right.
to the Disneyland.
You would
let's all
think.
go to the Disneyland and spend a lot of money.
Dun.
Yeah.
No.
It's like a
Bobby would like
key
that.
And a phone. Let's see, what would it be? So in the
I'm so
movie one, it's
tired.
like popcorn and a hot dog and a drink and a candy.
Mhm.
In the Disneyland one, it would be like a key and a phone and a wallet and
An empty wallet for
an empty
certain.
Yeah.
wallet.
An empty
No, you have to
wallet.
take your full wallet to Disneyland to spend the money.
Oh, right.
Um,
But when you leave in episode 4, the wallets are all empty.
Yes.
Yep.
And then what would the fourth one be? Churro, just for fun.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, it's not none of those. Is it
No.
churro? It's not churro.
No.
Okay.
So it's not. I don't want to say it's the official mascot, but they're playing it off as kind of a mascot. And what we have is a duck.
Donald, Huey, Dewey, Louie,
No, it's a duck.
Scrooge,
Scrooge.
It's a duck.
Scrooge
Gyro
would've been
Gear
funny.
Loose.
It's a duck named Ducky. Ducky.
How original.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ducky.
Ducky.
Yeah. So the description: meet Ducky, local Disneyland duck, curious adventurer, and new friend. Learn how he became the very special duck he is today, a navigator explorer who magically opens doors across the Disneyland resort that help you discover your Magic Key Pass benefits. Keep an eye out for him
Ooh.
to stay keyed into your perks.
Ooh.
So
the Duck Key is going to help us about our perks.
I
He's
will
a
say
Benefits.
perky ducky.
Benefits.
Yes. I will say it is kind of charming.
I don't know. What does he
It's
look like?
kinda
All
cute.
it just says is there's magic key.
No, but let
Was
me
there a
play the
picture of
animation
him?
that they did.
Okay.
Here, let
Okay.
me play this. Let me play this. Let me play this.
Once upon a time, there was a sweet, friendly, curious little duckling who loved the Disneyland resort with all his heart. It all started when, as a tiny hatchling, he migrated to a beautiful river that would become the Rivers of America.
Lies.
And though it was still growing, he knew it would blossom into a place filled with wonder. Bit by bit, he watched it all being built. He napped underneath the shade of the greenery, dreaming about exploring the entirety of this special place. He played make-believe in the miniatures at the Storybook Land canal boats, pretending he was part of his favorite stories. And he loved to go for a swim in the Sleeping Beauty castle moat. One day while he was taking a dip, someone dropped a mysterious key
Dun,
into
dun,
the water.
dun.
The duckling, ever curious, dove down to follow it. He prodded it, inspected it, and whoop, swallowed it whole.
What?
But it wasn't
What?
just any key. It was a magical key that could open doors across the Disneyland
Now he's in
resort.
Monsters Inc.
And it gave the duckling powers that made his dreams come true. Now, with a magical click-click, he could open the door to the happiest day ever at the happiest place on earth. From then on, he was known as Ducky. And if you just follow his adventures around the parks, you have the key to the best Disneyland day ever.
That's
From-
cute.
Wait, from
Yeah.
then on, he was known as Ducky. He was in a Ducky before.
Before that, he was nameless.
Had no name. His mom was like, no name for
No
you.
name, exactly.
Even though apparently I have a mom right here. This animation, like a sibling.
You got nothing.
There's also some rewriting of history here with the. He moved into a river that would become the rivers of America. There ain't no
Right.
river there.
Right.
There is no
Exactly.
river there.
It's so sweet.
It was. We all know.
Exactly.
The orange groves and the blobbity blah. Come on, Ducky, get your story straight. That's what I have to say.
Well,
Yeah.
so okay, I never seen Ducky, so in my head, and we were talking about this earlier, and I'm gonna say this again because it just felt funnier after seeing the animation. Is you because Ducky shows you your benefits, and then all of a sudden I could see Ducky, you're checking your calendar, and then Ducky's like, no, you cannot go to Disneyland today.
Denied.
Ducky says
Right?
blocked out.
So cute and stuff.
Try
Just show you.
February.
Shows you the big, like, ducky eyes. It's
Right?
like, I'm sorry, you can't come today.
Ducky is responsible for opening doors, but not these doors.
But
Slam.
not these doors. These
Not
doors are
today.
closed.
I was like, Ducky.
Which key do you have? The Inspire
Right?
key? I'm sorry, that door is closed today.
I have the duck key. Also, just he ate a key.
And
he
then
went
he
gold,
like,
Yeah.
ate a key.
Please
Yeah.
don't eat keys. Please don't
Please-
swallow
and K-
keys.
kids,
Please don't listen to
Don't
this.
eat any keys.
don't be
No.
like Ducky.
And then he turned
be-
into a keyhole.
he did.
like,
Yeah.
and and he's like, once he ate the key, he was able to open up all the doors around the magic, blah, blah, blah. It's like, maybe the key was like a NFC tag or something. And so he's got it inside him now, so he can go and
That's-
open your
he just
hotel
beep.
room.
He just waves his butt. He's like, beep.
You know, it's
Open
like,
a door.
yeah.
He
Hey,
waits
Ducky,
for the
get
light
over
to
here.
turn green. The light
I have
turns
to
green,
like
he can
turn,
get in.
You have to like twist him around. It's like when you try to do tap to pay and there's not like a
Yeah.
spot and you put it on the screen and you have to move it around.
If he had to do that, it would be the cutest animation, right? Because
It
one, to get
would.
up high enough to scan it, he'd have to like flap his little duck wings, and then he'd have to like wiggle his butt in front of the thing to get it to like
That would
read
be
the
cute.
key. It's like, woo! Finally, beep! Green light!
Like the
Get
video
in.
was cute, but yeah, it's I mean it's kind of silly. I mean,
Yeah.
it gave us something to laugh at. That was funny.
Hey, it gives them a new thing they can merchandise on.
Right?
If they will, I mean,
Right.
I'll buy a freaking Ducky if they sell one. They
mean-
probably won't.
I'm
They
pretty
don't
sure they
listen
will.
to those who want merch.
But yeah, no, here's the thing. They don't make specific stuff anymore. They're like, all right, how about we put a picture of Stitch on something, and this is what you get.
Yeah.
I have a
How about-
feeling that at some point we're going to see Ducky merchandise.
Well, okay, fine. I'll buy it.
I have a feeling it's coming.
Quack, quack, everybody. I'll buy the Ducky merchandise.
Ducks fly together.
Yeah, and the stitching is great.
Hot glue. It's hot glue.
No, the stitching and the font is new. I'm making it. This is called a callback to 10 episodes ago. Where you talked
know.
about the Ducks jerseys.
Yeah, that was my
Oh.
callback too when I said
Yeah.
ducks fly together.
Yeah, and then, yeah.
We're in Orange County, or what you call it?
No, it was Orange
No.
Country.
Orange. No.
They're like,
what you call Orange County though? Like what? Because you were asking if Anaheim was in
If-
Orange County.
Yeah.
But you called it something else in the
I
episode.
don't remember. But they
just
said it
remember it
was
being funny.
Orange Country, but they're in
It
Orange
is Orange
County.
Country.
And it's
That's where Ducky's from, Orange Country. Right as he was going up
No,
and
he's
down
from
the
a
rivers that
river.
eventually became the rivers of America.
He watched it from the river. He watched Disneyland be built. And, then he played around in the storybook
make our own
canal
Ducky
boats.
story.
Like,
We should make our own Ducky
yeah,
story.
let's make some Ducky stories. Ducky was dodging the traffic on the Autopia.
Wow. Wow. That went
Thinking
dark.
that it was the 5 freeway.
Ducky was swimming around in Paradise Bay when a bunch of fountains went off and he was launched into the air. World of Color had just started, he noticed, so he perched upon the Mickey's Fun Wheel to get a good seat.
Just then, he saw a black ring form from one of the explosions, triggering a bunch of social media posts of people saying there was aliens in the area.
Oh, remember that.
It still happens. I don't know if you've seen them. It doesn't happen as frequently, but even though people have actually posted, oh, that's from World of Color, it's one of like the explosions, people still seem to think that it's some weird alien invasion or something.
That's fine.
I don't know if they're doing it for clickbait.
Probably.
Or, you know.
Probably. Gotta get those clicks.
Oh. Ooh. I gotta talk. Can we talk clickbait for a second?
Complain o'clock.
Oh. Okay, listen.
Oh, tick,
before
tick,
we
tick,
do,
tick. I don't
before
remember.
we do, I want to take a quick moment to thank a very special group of people because, oh, man, I might get fired up. So let's take a brief moment to thank a very special group of listeners known as the FGP Squad, our podcast, Fairy Godparents, because it is their support via Patreon that help make these episodes of Podketeers possible. For more information on how you can become part of the FGP Squad family, we invite you to go to podketeers.com/FGP. There you will find some information on what the FGP Squad is all about, a link to our Patreon. You'll find a list of some of our top contributors. You'll also find some additional stuff on the FGP, but you can always reach out to us. You can ask us any questions that you might have about it. We'll be happy to answer them, but being a part of the FGP Squad family gets you some additional perks, like additional content that we've uploaded to Patreon, random giveaways. I just mailed out a whole bunch of stuff for the FGP Squad to celebrate Christmas and the holidays. It was a bunch of little cute things, like I hope they're getting them soon. I know that USPS was like backed up, but it was a bunch of these little ornaments with like gingerbread Mickeys and Minnies, and a couple of other goodies as well, a couple of stickers and some buttons and stuff like that. So that's going to be coming out to all of you soon, and discount codes on new Podketeers gear, access to our happy hour calls when we get an opportunity to do those, and more. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. But to all of the members of the FGP Squad, we just want to send a huge thank you for your continued support. Since we're talking about links, let's talk about one of my favorite links, podketeers.com/links, because there you'll find some of our most commonly requested links, including our latest episode, the Disneyland playlist, of course, a link to the FGP Squad, a link to any Team Boat Willie fundraiser that we're running. Team Boat Willie is our official charity team for Podketeers. You'll find a link to our Discord community, so you can join us there and continue talking about anything we talk about in the episodes. You'll find a link to our YouTube channel and a link to our pal Larry's channel, Goofy Guys Adventures, and of course a link to our Armchair Imagineering playlist. So again, podketeers.com/links. Save it. Put a shortcut on your home screen so that you can easily access it. You just tap it and just be like, oh, what's new? And then you can go and like check out the new episode and stuff like that every week. And it's just simple as that. Unless you have a podcast app and then it just downloads it automatically, which is even better. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app. If you have some positive stuff to say, then maybe leave a comment and say good things. And if you have bad things to say, don't say anything at all. That's
just
what our
email us.
That's
if you
what
have bad
people
things
teach us
to say.
If you have something bad to say, don't say anything at all.
Constructive criticism can come to the email.
Yes, comments
nice things
at
can go to the
podketeers.com.
comments on the iTunes.
Exactly. And if you like watch us on YouTube, or
on
you
YouTube,
just let it play and just listen on YouTube,
and
hit
comment
that
on
thumbs up
YouTube
and
too.
Comment and like share it and tell your friends, because that's how people know we're there. Right? We're almost to 600 subscribers.
Hey!
I doubt we're going to
That's
get to
awesome.
600 subscribers by the end of the year, because there's like 10 days left in the year as of the day that we're recording this. But if you want to help us get to 600 and you know some people that might be able to subscribe, or you have multiple Gmail accounts to subscribe, do it. Use them all. Subscribe. Let's get
It's
to
free.
600 by the end of the year. It'll be great. You could turn off the notifications on those additional accounts. Just use your main one to get notifications. Hit that little bell icon and be like, boop, Podketeers, just upload a new video. All the other ones, turn them off because you only need it on one. But all 20 of your Gmails, go subscribe because
we know
then
you
we'll
got
hit
them.
600.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got an automatic YouTube account if you got a Gmail account. That's just how it works.
Boom, do it. Okay, so I understand that the world revolves around clickbait articles, especially for things, sadly, like the Disney community. There are some sites and there are some writers that really, really lean on the clickbait to get people to click on their stuff, you know, and it is effective, I think. But come on, man, it is getting out of hand. Let me find this exact. I know I sent this to you. I don't know if you have it in front of you, but I've sent a couple. Andrew, I know you've sent
which
a
one? The
couple
Pirates
as
of the
well.
Caribbean one? Is that the one you're thinking of?
Yeah, I was trying to remember exactly what it said.
It said, where'd it go?
I cannot find
Here it is. After 56 years, Pirates of the Caribbean ceases operation at Disneyland.
Yeah.
You sent that one.
Now, I'm not going to say what site posted that.
It's not the one you're thinking, actually.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing. It's not the one that you're potentially thinking if you've been subject to these clickbait articles yourself. This one actually caught me off guard because when I read the title, I thought, oh, this is immediately this thing I'm thinking of. And then I saw who posted it, and I was like, what? Whoa,
Yeah.
That's new for them. Or at least it was new for me seeing it from this site. What was the other one that you sent? What, do you have that one?
Yeah, that one. This one is from the site you're thinking. Disney World shrouded in suffocating haze. Transportation services terminated until further notice. That one meant it's foggy.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the buses were not running until it was less foggy.
Yeah.
And I think the Pirates of the Caribbean one was like, it's going to be closed the rest of the day or something, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I've decided that I am going to name this episode. Just right now, this is the idea. I am going to name this episode a clickbait title.
Okay.
The clickbait title will be, after 69 years of operation, Disneyland closes its doors. What we're not saying, which would be essentially a part of the article, that's why there was a pause there, is that it's closing its daily operations. It will reopen tomorrow, but of course that doesn't make good clickbait titles.
Nope.
So we'll tell you that now, obviously, that Disneyland is closing for its regular operating day and opening tomorrow again. But the title of this episode will be after 69 years, Disneyland closes its doors. I like it.
Let's see. I'm trying to find
Hey,
any
why
more.
not?
Every one of our episode titles should now be some clickbaity thing.
Like, you really have to know, you've got to listen in. Hey, if it works for some people, but
Yeah.
it just feels dirty.
I
Yeah.
mean, there have been some pretty dirty ones posted. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, there was a dirty one posted about Ducky and his friends not too long ago by one of these sites.
Really?
Posted a dirty thing about Ducky? The
I
cute
don't
little
know if
duck?
it was dirty.
Oh,
It's
okay.
clickbait time, man.
What did Ducky do?
Anyway, I don't know. I see these articles, and what's worse is that I feel like in my news aggregator and everything that, pops up new articles for like all my keywords and stuff, even though I block this site, the one that you're potentially thinking about, from showing up in my news feed, because it's Disney related, it continues to show up.
Yeah.
And it keeps popping up in other aggregators and other things, or people will post it or like screenshots of it, on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. And what's worse is that some people don't read the article, and then I don't know if they're doing it for clickbait, but they're like, "Did you hear? Disneyland is closing after 69 years. Podketeers said so."
This one, they did it again.
We get in trouble.
Hold on. They did it again on the 19th. I've read this one before, but they posted it again. Disneyland icon dies in front of thousands of theme park guests. Article.
Is that the Indiana Jones one?
No. For the second time in a matter of days, Princess Tiana's animatronic on Tiana Bayou Adventure has, quote, died, according to reports.
Yeah.
Ay.
The animatronic
some of them
working.
are pretty extreme, man. I mean, again,
some thirsty titles.
if you're trying to get people to click on it, obviously they're gonna see something like that, and it works, right? But
yeah,
come on, man. Seriously, it's just annoying at this point. So
I'm
anyway.
surprised there isn't one about the bathrooms. I'm surprised. Like,
I'm sure if we dug deep enough, we'd probably find one. Sadly.
yeah.
This one's titled, Disney World Theme Park Closing This Weekend. All Guest Activity Prohibited.
Wow, there's some big words.
The water park is closed because it's rainy.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
You know what? Instead of the Shop Disney game,
winter.
Instead of the Shop Disney game, we should find
game.
clickbait articles and try to translate what the articles actually are about.
Oh my gosh, yes. That would get all of us guessing.
My
so,
goodness.
Yeah.
That would be funny. All right. I didn't want to make that too complaint o'clocky, but it just, man, when they come through, I'm telling you, some of them just, I don't know, they kind of make me angry at times because I don't know. I'm not going to keep talking about it. I'm going to move on.
Are you sure I can find more?
No, save
Surprise
it. We have a game.
Disney
Save it. No,
News
save
Sparks.
it. So we can play the guess
No,
the
this one you
clickbait.
can't get.
Save it.
Oh, he says we can't. He says we
Well,
can't.
I don't know.
All right.
I
Let's
don't
see.
know. I mean, because it's got Sparks Hope for Splash Mountain's return. It's a surprise
Sparks
announcement.
Hope?
Yeah, Sparks Hope for Splash Mountain's return. And the
team?
article... What?
The team, the Sparks?
No, surprise Disney News Sparks Hope for Splash Mountain's return. But this article is about... What is it about? Let's see. Fans are devastated, blah, 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 blah. Somebody on Twitter
Oh,
said,
then we know it's real then.
Right. It's on the internet.
Listen, if there's anyone on Twitter that you should be listening to, it's Scott Gustin. If it's not Scott Gustin, it's probably not true.
Or just don't be on Twitter.
This whole
Or just don't be on Twitter. Go to
Just
Blue
don't be on
Sky.
it.
This article is literally a guy on Twitter speculated if they were to bring Splash Mountain back, how could they do it in today's environment or whatever.
Oh, that's
but
easy.
It's literally,
That's easy. They can't.
It was a speculative tweet, and they wrote a whole article about it.
Ah, yeah.
I
No,
don't
it's
think
easy to
Splash
answer.
Mountain will
They
ever
can't.
come back as it was. I do
Unless-
think that Tiana's Bayou Adventure will get a Band-Aid overhaul, that blah, blah, blah. The original Splash Mountain will receive more tributes and retro merchandise. Zippity Doodah will return to the park. This is just like a guy going on a rampage. So anyway, that's what that... A lot of their articles are like, all right, somebody said something on Twitter, and we're going to write a whole article about it.
I'm going to do the same now.
Let's do it. I'm going to find... Yeah.
This would be a fun game.
We can do it.
Guess the clickbait content.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't get a chance to ask you. Going back to the parks for a second, you had mentioned. I made a note about this because you talked about what I thought were bathrooms at the Haunted Mansion. You said it was the new ADA exit, and you had a chance to use it the last time you were in the park.
Right.
What's it like? Like, what did they change? Like, what what's it all about now?
Yeah, sure. So previously, like if you went with somebody that uses a mobility device that has to bring it all the way down to like down through the mansion into the to get onto the Doom buggy, you would then to leave you would go back up the stretching room, like
Right.
it would be the shrinking room, and you'd leave. So they recently added a separate elevator to take you out of what you thought was the bathrooms is an elevator exit. So yeah, how it works is there's like, if you've ever seen like little wheelchair loading area in the Haunted Mansion queue, it's kind of between the line and the Doom buggies. There's a little parking area for wheelchairs and such. And then there's a door that used to be like a cast member door or something. I have no idea. I think this was also where like they were bringing people in the back way when like I think COVID stuff was going on and they didn't want people in the stretching room. There was like a stairwell. So yeah, it's just kind of like it's just nice. It's just, you go in there, it's kind of brightly lit, surprisingly, which I think is more of a safety thing than anything.
Yeah.
But you go in there and there's some they have some like framed pictures on the walls of different, let's see, I did take a video of it. It wasn't the best video because I was also pushing a wheelchair at the time, so that I just wanted to record it so I could look at it later. But now I don't remember when I went to Disneyland. Oh, here it is. Well, here's when I went there.
November, day after Thanksgiving.
Here it is. So I guess it wasn't as bright as I thought it was, but it's still decently bright. There's clocks and there's some what looks like, let's see, just some nice portraits. Some of them are definitely like concept art or like portraits that we've seen. There's Master Gracie in there. Some of the portraits that we see in like Florida that we don't have here. And then you get to but they're just like framed. They're not like animated or anything, but they do have like effects going on the lights and thing that they're flickering a little bit.
Okay.
I think that's what I'm seeing here. Let's see. I walked by and there was some maintenance people going. Oh yeah, there's so they have some like windows that are way high up and they have like lightning coming through those, just like it is out in the hallway. And then you get to, before you get to the elevator, there's like a big kind of like a lobby area looking thing, and on the wall there's like a bunch of bells, and so this would be like this is like the servants like area, so like there's strings on all the bells, like you're like Downton Abbey or whatever, where you pull the bell and it rings and says like bedroom or whatever. I didn't get a super like close picture of that, but they're there. I'm sure somebody at this point has posted a better photo of it, but then you go in and there's an elevator, and in the elevator there was like a framed picture of, it was Nightmare Before, Haunted Mansion Holiday, so there's like a framed picture of Sally in the elevator.
That's funny.
But as you went up, it was playing the audio from the speed ramp out. The
hurry back
the
part?
hurry, but whatever Sally says in there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that, because you don't get that if you go out, because you have to loop all the way back to that loading area, so you never
the Sally
get to
portrait
see.
makes sense then. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know what, we'll have to wait and see when it goes back to regular mansion, if there'll be like a little Leota picture there, and then it'll play like the hurry back, be sure to bring your death certificate sort of thing.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
That's my guess. But yeah, then it lets you out into the daylight, But
the frame wasn't animated, right? It was
no,
just
it was just like a picture, just like a framed picture. But yeah, it just
cool.
seemed
Like
it was like a nice addition. It definitely made the leaving the Haunted Mansion a lot easier, because like before, what you'd have to do is you'd follow somebody like down the like side pathway of the going the opposite way of how everybody's coming. And then you'd wait for the stretching room to empty, and then you would, line up against the wall, be like as close to the wall as you can. And then when you get back to the top, everybody would file in, and you would have to wait for everybody to come in first and then you would get to leave, just because the room was crowded, so you couldn't leave. But then it would like get crowded and da-da-da-da-da. So it was just like a big hassle. And this way they, it probably makes the cast members' lives easier too by not having to take extra people to like bring people all the way back and da-da-da-da-da. You just kind of keep pushing people through.
Right.
So I think it worked out a lot better than having people go up the stretching room, which was nice. So
cool.
yeah, it was, I think, a good and needed improvement to the Haunted Mansion for operational purposes, and it worked out well.
That's awesome. Yeah, I remember you bringing it up when you first talked about your trip, and I forgot to ask you about it because I was.
Well, I also was
curious.
having a coughing fit because I had lost my voice the day before. Like I had just got my voice back, and I was like, I kept talking too much, and I can't remember what I talked about and what I didn't on that Haunted Mansion. I think I also didn't say enough of my. I was really mad at the how many people they were letting through the Magic Key, or the Genie Plus line, or what, the Lightning Lane line versus the standby queue.
Was it a lot?
It was like, I swear so let's say they emptied out the whole thing. They would, and so the the split is right there on the side of the mansion, like before you make that left turn to go up through the front door and everything. Yeah. That's where the two lines meet. And basically what it seemed like they were doing was they would just pull everybody from the Lightning Lane line until it backed up.
Whoa.
Like until it like got to the corner of the house. Then they let like 2-3 groups in.
Oh, wow.
It was just like, it was bananas.
See, that's why it's causing more of a problem than actually helping.
Right, 100%. It's causing.
That's how they managed. I remember when we went, that's how they managed Web Slingers and how they managed
Web Slingers
Rise.
the same way.
Yeah.
Like, it was so bad one day. I took a screenshot and sent you guys. The line for Haunted Mansion Holiday was longer than Rise of Resistance.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was like 95 minutes for Haunted Mansion Holiday, and Rise of Resistance was like 65 or 70 or something. Yeah. It makes no sense on an Omnimover attraction.
You know, I didn't get the chance to ask you this before, but now that I'm remembering, I remember specifically thinking, oh, this is a podcast question. Were the walls down on the new shop when you went?
No. I think so. Maybe. I don't remember. I know, like, it was like done, like the outside was done. I just don't remember if the walls were like all the walls were completely down, and it was, because I've seen pictures of it since.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm not sure of. If
that's why I'm asking, because I couldn't remember if the walls were down yet.
I think they were down because I walked past that a couple times.
Okay, so if they were down, and if you remember anything, what was your initial thought of seeing that in person, just coming out of the mansion? Because I have to tell you, the more I'm seeing pictures of this thing, I hate it, man. It looks like such a generic. I went to Home Depot and spent $5,000 on a tool shed.
Right.
You know,
it looks really big. Like, it looks. I think it's, it's not that big, but I think it just looks big because it's so close. It's hard to tell, like, until like the doors are open and everything, like what it's gonna be. But I do agree with you that it does seem like very plain in comparison also to like how the mansion is dressed up.
Yeah.
Right.
And it also doesn't make sense thematically with like, it's supposed to be like the carriage house for the mansion, right? Like, that's the idea. It's like Madame Leota's carriage house. For some reason, Madame Leota also is like the tender of the carriages. I have no idea.
Right.
I'm sure somebody will tell us. There'll be a story. There'll be a plaque that tells us.
Or they're
they won't.
reconning everything.
Or they won't. But
They are, Mel. You're right.
But
Look at Ducky and the rivers of
Right.
America.
But what doesn't make sense to me is it doesn't feel like it's part of the Haunted Mansion. Like, it feels like it's just like this other building. Like, if this was part of like the property of the Haunted Mansion, I'd feel like the brickwork and everything and the fence would be inside of that somewhat.
Yeah.
But it's kind of just like another building. And I feel like it should have just I don't know. This was probably the best that they could come up with to squeeze a gift shop in that little space. But I don't know if necessarily it is the I don't know, the most thematic thing. I mean, it's not done. They haven't finished it, but it looks pretty close to what the concept art was.
I don't know,
It's
man.
painted like go away green. It's
for the sake of Imagineering, I hope that what you just said isn't the best they could do. I hope
don't
it was
think
just
it's
one of those
no,
like
I don't
my
think
hands
it's the-
were tied situations,
Right.
and
We had
they forced
50
us to
yeah.
put this in.
We had $50,000 to put it here.
Yeah.
These plans were available to purchase. We squeezed it in and slapped Dakota paint on it and said, Madam Leota.
Yeah, because when you exit, like, I don't know, the more that I look at the building, you're right. It thematically, it just breaks everything apart because there was this really semi-natural transition from the external, like, back portion of the mansion right into the mountain, into the bayou now, right? So
Right.
there was this really great transition that they could have played with. And even if you looked across at Fowler's Harbor and you looked at the building that was there, it felt like it was a part of it, like right off of the river, right? It
Right. It
felt
feels
Right.
like a part of the
like
river.
a part of it, yeah. And this just feels like you went to Home Depot and thought, you know what, I just need a tool shed. We're just plopping this in the backyard.
Like, what I would rather it be is, like, super hidden. Like, you come out of the, like,
Yeah.
make it be more just, like, the whole building is hidden by, like, shrubs and fence
Vines and
like,
yeah.
like, it's short. It doesn't have, like, the big peak roof. Where, like, if they extended out where the, because you exit and it's like a tomb. Or like,
Right.
or whatever, mausoleum sort of, like, looking thing.
If they made
the-
it look like a mausoleum, it would have been better.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So the current exit to the
Agreed.
Haunted Mansion is like a little mausoleum-looking thing. It's like stone, whatever.
right.
Right when you come out. What I'm saying is, if we just pushed that out and put like a gate and everything, and if you looked at it from the walkway, it would just look like shrubs and this mausoleum and gate. And the building is completely hidden. You wouldn't know there was a building there.
I agree.
And you just exit into the gift shop. This one you can like bypass the gift shop, with great, whatever. But if it was themed to graveyard or whatever, something, or tomb or blah 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 whatever, and it's a low roof and a low this, so you can kind of hide it the best you can and still get those views of the mansion from other places. Because if you're coming from the bridge over Tiana's, from Bayou Country now, like, you can't see the mansion anymore.
Yeah.
You see this big building.
It's horrible. I don't
Yeah,
like it.
it's. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be something where we're just going to be like, get used to it because there's nothing else you can really do. But it stinks.
Like Winnie the Pooh.
I can never get used to that.
Well, yeah, maybe they'll knock it down.
Please.
I don't know, like,
Or dress it up. I don't care. It doesn't look like it belongs anymore. So
it's too
It's-
big.
I don't know.
too
Sometimes when I see
tall.
stuff like this, I worry, right? Because there's so much about Disneyland that, from the Imagineering side, is for me what helped me fall in love with the park. Right? It was
Right.
the imagination of what the Imagineers were doing to put stuff like this together, and how they were able to find like these cohesive ideas to blend things, or the natural transitions between one land to another.
Right.
Like, we've talked about how beautiful the transitions are and how beautifully they did it from Frontierland to Galaxy's Edge, or
Right.
even at the time Critter Country into Galaxy's Edge. And like this, I don't know, like I get it, like if they had to do something quick, but the idea of plopping another gift shop in place of what Disneyland at its core is, the theming and the experience, I hope that this is not what's more to come in the park.
And it's like bananas, because what New Orleans Square is 2 rides and gift shops. The whole rest of New Orleans Square, like all of there's 2 restaurants, I mean, and 2 quick food windows, and then shops. Like there's a ton of shops. Like why does Tiana's mom need a shop? Why, I don't know. Whatever. It's fine if she has. We have a Haunted Mansion shop already. Half of it's Nightmare Before Christmas. And that's what this shop is going to be, too. Unless they're going to, try and change the what is now the Haunted Mansion store into something else. I don't know.
I guess they're trying to replicate Memento Mori, because that's, right as you exit at the Disney World Mansion, right?
I think it's across the street.
So it's still at the exit, right? It's still,
I'm gonna look it up.
it's not basically plopped in front of the attraction the way this one is, but it's as you exit you see Memento Mori, right?
Let me look. Let's see. I need to look up a map. Magic Kingdom. That's not how you spell that. Do. I will tell you in 2 seconds, because it's been... I don't think that was there when we went. I feel like that store was added post when I went to Disney World. So it's hard to tell with my memory anyway. Let's see.
Well, it was definitely there for your second trip. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's right across.
But it's not it's part of the buildings of
Liberty
Square.
Yeah.
I think it was a building that existed already.
Yeah.
That they just dressed up it's in a whole.
It's actually
row of
in front of Harbor House. It's
Yeah,
right where
a-
you enter the switchbacks for the Haunted Mansion. It's right in front of the switchbacks. Right before the actual entrance where Fast Pass and everything is.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that excuse me, at Disneyland we don't have the luxury of that type of space.
Right.
But if this is really what they wanted, they should have fully commandeered one of the shops in New Orleans Square.
Or just make it smaller. It didn't have to be so tall. I think is the thing. I'd rather it be freaking underground.
That would be fun.
That'd be good.
What if it was they dug? I know this would probably cost a lot of money, but the instead of taking the speed ramp out of the mansion, you walk into the gift shop, and then you take a speed ramp out of the gift shop.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm looking at the Memento Mori building now.
Mm-hmm.
When you compare it to what we got, the Memento Mori building, maybe because it was already an existing building, feels like it's a part of that general area. The wood,
I think it
the
was
wood planks and everything that are, for the siding and everything, and the way that they made the sign for it, and it still has some forced perspective to it. This literally, the one that they plopped down here, it feels like something you went to Home Depot and just purchased and just, plopped a... I don't know. The more I'm seeing these pictures, the more it's bothering me. I don't know how I'm going to feel when I finally see it in person again, but just from the photos and the videos of people walking by it ever since they took the walls down, I don't like it at all. I'm sorry. I know there's some people that are going to be angry at me.
Hey, but it's an
saying
opinion.
that,
You have
but-
every right to have it.
Yeah.
So be nice, people, please.
Yeah. Remember, send us comments at podketeers.com if you don't like it, but if it's a good comment, leave it as a review for the podcast.
Or comment down on the YouTube thing, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad I had a chance to ask you about the ADA thing, because that kept popping up in my head, and I we've been holding on to that for a little bit, or I've been holding on to that for a little bit. So,
Opened in 2014 is when Memento Mori opened.
oh yeah, it's been around for a while now.
Yep. Right after
Yeah.
we were there.
Yes,
Hey,
it was originally a building called Yankee Trader, or a shop called Yankee
Oh, is that what
Trader,
that
so it
was?
Yeah, it says confirm Yankee Trader would close and replace a new Haunted Mansion theme store. Blah 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 blah. Opened October 6, 2014. So yeah, it was just another gift shop, and they rethemed it.
Huh.
So there you go.
Interesting. Did you see that? I'm gonna totally shift over here, but did you see that D23 unveiled new membership plans?
I did.
Are either of you still D23 members?
Yes.
No.
I have the free one right now. I was holding off originally when the turnover was happening last year because I wanted the Mickey statue that you got, and then after you gave it that glaring review, I was like,
Oh, the hollow one.
The hollow
The
one,
shiny
yeah. I was
one.
like,
Yep.
maybe I'll just wait. Maybe I'll wait to see if there's anything better. And because I wasn't really going to any of the events, or I couldn't make it to much of the stuff that they had, I figured maybe I'll just wait to renew it until something I need or something I want pops up, because then my year will start at that point, right? And then this new offerings came up, which, by the way, was so funny that in one of the offerings you can get one of these, apparently.
Look at that.
Huh. Interesting. Interesting. You could sign up for D23, or maybe get one as part of
Being an FGP member.
FGP Squad member.
Right? Just saying.
Anyway, we're much cheaper monthly than a D23 membership. I'll throw it out there. I mean, if you
know
want
what?
one, I mean, we're
There's no
much
lies.
cheaper.
That's transparent. We like transparency.
Yeah. So they have these. I'm trying to find the names of them because they
The
gave...
plans?
Yeah. Do you have them in front of you?
They are the, Gold Member Choice Plan, offered at $99 per year. That provides fans with everything. There's the Essentials Plan, which is $49.99 per year. That's a new plan.
Oh.
That means you get less of a gift. The Essential Plan is $49.99. With that, you get a pin, a magnet, a Lorcana card, a membership certificate, and a savings passport. And then the Gold Member Choice Plan is like the standard gold plan that they had before, $99 per year, and that's where you get all that stuff. Plus, you get to pick one of the 4 different sets of items they have, which is the 4 different sets are a D23 Gold Member Spirit Jersey. That's one thing you could pick. Or you could pick a limited release collectible D23 Gold Member pin set featuring 10 pins with original character designs. Or you can pick a D23 Gold Member fan pack complete with a D23 Gold Member embroidered crossbody bag, water bottle, and chino twill cap. Or you can get an enchanted replica of the Disneyland Park entrance plaque measuring 12 by 7 inches, a reproduction of the original plaque text draft with Walt Disney's annotations from 1955, along with the first-to-market exclusive edition of the brand new Disneyland 70th Anniversary book, The Happiest Place on Earth, written by Disney legend Don Hahn and former Imagineer Christopher Merritt. And then, so that's, you could pick one of those 4 sets. And then there's the Gold Member Gold Complete Plan, which includes all 4 sets of gifts. That's $299.99 per year. And then there's the free plan, obviously.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
$300.
So I didn't know that. I saw the picture, and it's not this plaque. It's technically closer to this one. This is the much larger version that we had made. So it's closer to this version that you would get if you selected that as part of your plan.
Yes, which I did. I picked my plan because it was like, hey, plan's coming up. You got to pick a thing. It's renewing.
I'm curious as to see what would be in the book, because I like stuff by Don Hahn, and I like stuff by Chris Merritt as well. He's a great author. He does the photos in the books that he puts together are fantastic. Like, Chris Merritt is really good at that stuff. So the fact that they both worked on this one for the 70th anniversary, I think is going to be, or at least I hope it's going to be pretty good. The annotations from Walt, I think, are something that I would like to have as part of the draft. Everything else is just the water bottle, the hat. It's a lot of the stuff that you could have got
Disneyland one
at
is
D23.
is the best one.
Yeah,
Spirit jersey,
the one
whatever,
with the plaque,
water bottle.
Yeah. Definitely the one with the plaque is the best one. I could tell you from experience that the stuff that we got at D23, the water bottle that we got this year, because we try to get a water bottle from each year or each D23 that we've attended. The one this last year was much smaller, and it felt cheaper than all of the other ones that we have. Yeah. It's not as well constructed as all the other ones that we've collected so far. The snapback hats, I love collecting hats. I have a lot of Disney hats, caps, baseball hats, really. But the snapbacks, the reason I don't like them is because they're always so small from the back. They're like more that like dad hat style that they call it, and I don't like that. I like when they're more like full hats.
Sure.
And every one of their hats has this weird dad hat snapback thing to it, and I can't wear them without my head looking like Charlie Brown's wearing that baseball cap. So I usually opt not to get it. The only one that I think they made the exception for, which I considered getting at D23, was the Fantasia one. Because that was more of a full-size hat. But I ended up not getting it.
$100.
It was $100. Yeah, I was like, I'm not going to spend $100 on a Fantasia hat. So I left it alone. But, this is interesting that they decided to split it up and, create these additional selections. I still think that the free one is okay for most people.
Right.
I mean, you get a lot of the perks. The additional things that you get are the pins and the other like little trinkets that they happen to send you.
And then I think I closed it already, but I think the $50 plan I don't know if that comes with the magazine or not. Because you do get
it does come with the subscription.
The $49 comes with the first.
It does, yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
You get your quarterly magazine, which I have a bookshelf full of brown boxes because they come in a box, like a flat mailer thing.
I have them all right in front of me right there.
And they come in the mail.
Brown boxes.
And I put them on a shelf. I don't even open them up anymore.
Yep. Yeah.
I can't say that I've read a D23 magazine.
I actually do read them.
Oh, okay.
But it's been probably the last 2 that we've received, because my wife is a full member of D23, which is why I also didn't have a membership, because a lot of the stuff she could get for us as being a gold member. So it didn't make sense to have the second one.
Right.
I think at one point she had added me, because you can add a member to your existing one for like the dual one for like $129 or something at the time. I don't know what it is now, but she had added me at one point, which is how I ended up getting like the old D23 pins and stuff like that, because I was part of the duo. The only thing I will say that I'm particularly interested in is the Lorcana card, only because if it's as collectible as the ones that they gave out at D23, I think that would be potentially worth getting. I don't know if it's a more powerful card or not. From the screenshot, it just looks like it's Iago, but I don't know enough about the game to know, like, is Iago like some kind of like super OP card in Lorcana? I know Elsa is from the first wave. I know that Elsa's card is like super OP, but like Iago, like, really? Like, nothing against Iago, but...
So my only question about the Lorcana card is that going to run out fast because of the card?
Well,
I think this is
every
the one
member
that they
comes,
just sent.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
okay.
low membership comes with it, yeah.
Got it. I was like, wait a minute. If that's a choice, and that's hard. I was confused.
Well, that's what I thought it was too. But then when I finally brought up the article, I realized that, it's just everyone that signs up starting at the $50 one gets that with their certificate and the gold member pin and all the other stuff.
So let's see. This Iago card, I'm looking at people posting about it on Reddit. Something
Is it
about
on eBay?
best I can get his ability. When you have a character in play, the card can't be challenged. Something Iago, they say it's from set 8. I don't know what that means.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be very powerful then. Again, I don't know enough about the game yet to be able to 100% state that, but
if everyone's getting it, it's going to be like generic kind of thing.
Plus, if it's from an existing set and you can get it out in the wild right now.
This one, I don't think you can. I think. Let's see. This is not the card for the Mario Tickets. So it might be. Some people are speculating that it's not the card that's shown in there. Might not be the actual card that you're getting. It might just be they picked something for the promo.
That's an expensive gamble.
I mean, if you're gonna be a D23 member anyway, and you're getting it because you like the additional perks, and getting the Lorcana card is just kind of like a cool addition to the fact that you're getting it.
It might be an Iago card.
Then cool, right? But if in going by what you said, if you're signing up only because you think you're going to get like some exclusive D23 card, yes, it is an expensive gamble. So I think it works much better for people that are already thinking of becoming members or are members already and are just renewing their membership.
All right, now I found somebody has a picture of the actual card. It looks like it's on display as a D23 membership. It says Iago, out of reach. Story something, ally, self-preservation. While you have another exerted character in play, this character can't be challenged. And then at the top left, it has a 4. I don't know what that means. And then it's next to Iago, like 4 is like in like a hexagon. And then to the right of the name Iago, there's a 3 in like a circle, and then there's like a 3 in a shield. I don't know any of that what that means, but I'm assuming those are like levels.
So I could tell you because I went on eBay because I had to go. I had to go check because you never know. So if it's a 5, there's one that's going for like $100. There's a 3 that's going for $8.
Well, this is a 4.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm still not getting it.
Well, if your wife renews the thing, she can just give it to you, right?
She'll probably end up giving it to the kids.
At least you can look at it.
Yeah, it's fine. The fact that my son is actually playing Lorcana, like, he can keep the card. He's better off actually playing with it. Cool. All right, well, it's nice that they have options now, I guess.
Yeah. You're going to kind of modify your, personalize your gift.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Did you get this special message from Bob Iger?
Speaking of D23?
Yeah.
A special personal message just only from Bob Iger that he definitely wrote himself?
Wait, was it?
I got it.
You consider it a message? I think it was an essay.
I thought it was a personalized letter, like from Bob Iger. Like you clicked it and it opened up and all this stuff.
He wrote it up himself.
He got out busted out the typewriter.
It felt special because when I opened up this email, it had a red envelope. The envelope flies open, and a little card with this little winter scene with a bunch of Disney characters is on it. And I click view card. And I see the same envelope just pop open, and then it slides down, and it reveals an essay, right? Mm-hmm. And it says, Dear Heyzen, at Disney, we're thankful for every special moment and memory we're fortunate enough to be a part of. And as 2024 draws to a close... You don't start a
sentence with, and Bob Iger.
Apparently Bob Iger does. And as 2024 draws to a close, I want to express our sincere gratitude to all of you, the greatest fans in the world, for all the ways you've invited Disney into your lives this year. I was especially thrilled to join so many of you in Anaheim at D23, the ultimate Disney fan event earlier this year, where your passion and enthusiasm were truly inspiring. We know how much Disney means to you. Do you, though? Which is why we always strive to entertain you, thrill you, surprise you, and fill your hearts with joy and wonder. We hope you've done just that this year. Nope. On behalf of all of us at the Walt Disney Company, we wish you a joyful holiday season and a very happy new year. Sincerely, Bob Iger.
Scribble.
Scribble, scribble. Bob Iger.
Bob Iger.
Illustration inspired by the front cover of the 1935 Disney Studios Christmas card, which showcases the House of Mickey Mouse, festooned with some of the Walt Disney's most beloved and earliest animated personalities as they prepare for the holidays. Copyright Disney.
I didn't get that part of the screenshot. Is that's what's at the bottom?
Yeah,
it's at the bottom.
fine print.
Yeah. Apparently everybody got this.
Yeah, it was.
If you're a D20, this was like two D23 people that have a D23 account.
I guess I still have one.
Yeah. So this was not special, Bobby. I thought you were going to send me just a personalized message to me, and then I find out that you sent it to everyone.
You know what's funny is that you mentioned it first, and then Andrew did, and I was like, "Oh man, that's pretty cool." Didn't think I was gonna get it, and I'm like, "Let me check my email." Hey,
and boom, card.
I got one too.
Yeah, this is one of those emails where remember we were talking about how there's people will classify your Disney fandom or whether you're potentially getting paid to be an influencer by the way that you refer to attractions and like reference things in the park. This is like in Anaheim for D23, the ultimate Disney fan experience, or the Disney fan event. If you name it by the whole thing and not just D23 or D23 Expo, you work for the company.
If you go to visiting the Disneyland Resort and Disney's California Adventure Park.
Yes. Oh,
we got no time. We just shorten it up.
Yeah. Can I loop back to the park for a bit since
Disney
you brought that up for a second?
Pixar's Toy Story.
Let me loop back to the park before we finish this Bob Iger special message directly for me and everyone else apparently. Are the new recordings up without Camille and without
Bill Rogers?
Yes, Bill.
Yes, I sent you guys a text about that. It's they are starting to use some new voice.
How do they sound?
Generic.
Really?
Yeah, it's just kind of like whatever. Like it's just whatever. Like,
do we know who they are?
No, I don't. I haven't looked it up.
Is it AI?
It didn't sound. It didn't sound like AI. If it was, it's a good one.
I mean, they are Disney. They can pay for
the Spanish
AI,
voice was different too.
It wasn't the lady that's on the trams.
I don't know. I haven't been on the trams in forever. So
oh, jeez.
I take the bus.
That's true. I don't know why.
I have to look for. I don't want to like sidebar too far, but I guess I'm.
But yeah, there's new voices. It was kind of reminded me more of the Disney home video guy voice.
Oh, yeah.
Coming
I
to Disney.
coming
on the
to yeah.
It kind of reminded me more of that.
Interesting.
Kind of like 90s.
Maybe that's how they trained it, by listening to Disney VHSs.
Maybe they trained it with a bunch of different ones. Like they put Bill Rogers, they put Jack Wagner, they put this Disney VHS guy, and they meshed them all together.
That's how they got it. What's happening over there? Like, it feels like, is McGruff trying to get your attention?
What? Hey,
why is he feeling up on you?
He's trying to get my attention. I don't know what's going on. What do you want? Do you want to come and talk? You have something to say?
Hey, folks, it's me, McGruff. I have something to say really quick.
McGruff, before you say anything, did you get the email from Bob Iger?
I did. It said, "Dear McGruff, at Disney, we're thankful for every special moment in memory."
It is the same one.
Thing. Yep, it was the same email, and that's what I wanted to talk about. If you send an email to somebody and make it think that it's special just for them, but it goes to everybody, that's a crime. That's called impersonating a good person, which you're not if you're doing that sort of thing. So, Bob Iger, you're a criminal for sending out this email. You should have personally written everybody a personal note that is a member of the D23 family, or whatever they're called. I have the free account. I don't pay for it.
But you still got the email, right?
I got the email still, even though I have just a free account. That's right.
Well, there you go.
Also, I wanted to say that if you, because I heard you guys talking earlier, because I was down there, I was just listening, like a dog. I was on the floor. That if you make clickbait articles that are misleading, that also means you're a criminal.
Okay, that one I'll agree with. Yeah.
Yes, and if you say that somebody dies and the somebody is a robot, that's very misleading, and you should take a bite out of crime because you're a criminal. Yeah, ho ho ho.
Green Giant.
That's Santa. It's Christmas. Done. I did an angry voice, but I'm McGruff still. So while I'm here just for a little bit longer, so I don't make your episode too long, I just want to wish everybody a happy holiday, Merry Christmas. I know Hanukkah isn't for quite a while this year. It's pretty late. It's
I think it starts on Christmas Day.
Next year almost, so happy first night of Hanukkah, depending on when this comes out. Kwanzaa, all your winter holidays, if you celebrate, if you don't. McGruff says have a good winter, and maybe I'll see you this year. Maybe I'll see you next year. Who knows, but this is McGruff signing off for now.
All right. Well, thanks, McGruff. Appreciate
Bye-bye.
it.
See ya.
Bye-bye. Not all the thoughts expressed by McGruff are those thoughts of the Podketeers, of Heyzen, Andrew, or Melissa.
What did McGruff say? That Bob Iger's a criminal?
We just want to make sure that we cover
we
all our
wanna be on the
bases
good
to
list.
ensure that...
What list? We're on a list, that's for sure.
But we want to be on the list of the free cupcakes.
Nope, we're on the Bob Iger is a criminal list.
I mean, I'd like to return to Disneyland, please.
At some point, I want them to see my face and not be like, yeah, nah, dude, turn around.
That's the guy who let McGruff say Bob Iger's a criminal.
Jeez.
But he's just a criminal for writing insincere emails.
It was only because he used "and" at the beginning of a sentence.
He started a sentence with a "and." It was a period, capital A, and.
That's a crime.
That's a grammatical
It's a crime against the English language and grammar.
That is a grammar crime.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's wrap up the episode with some good news, because as we're going into Christmas week, we got the news maybe a day or two ago, probably middle of the week, that
6, 8, 10, 12 days ago, some time ago.
Yeah, 6, 8, at some point, 6, 8, 12, whatever. Disney has agreed to settle a class action lawsuit for $233 million to essentially level out the pay of cast members at the Disneyland Resort. And this is amazing because it covers 50,000 current and former Disney employees.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to pay back pay with interest. It's
get it, cast members.
It's amazing. This was such fantastic news. There, some of the cast members were making so little that we talked about when they went on strike. We were talking about how some of the cast members were living out of their cars because they didn't have a living wage, and there was a lot of comments from people within. And the sad part that the comments were coming from within the Disney community as well, right? From park goers as well, where they would say things like, well, find another job if you can't live off of what Disney pays you. And really the correct thing is Disney should pay a living wage to the people making the magic on a daily basis, right?
Yep.
And that was part of why they went on strike. It's part of why they've been fighting for so long. It's been the cause for other strikes as well. For this has been going on for some time now, and I think back in 2018 is when Anaheim had passed the law,
Measure L.
It was Measure L, that they were supposed to raise
requiring
the income of anyone that was at $15, I think.
Well, it
right?
says requiring that hospitality businesses who benefit from city subsidiaries pay their employees a minimum of $15 an hour effective January 1st,
Right.
2019.
And that was the hotel one, all the people that were working at the hotels at the time,
Well, it says
Correct.
any hospitality business who benefits from city subsidiaries. So this is where I'm reading this thing. It says Disney defendants have not, or they're saying Disney defendants have not complied with the living wage ordinance for plaintiffs and blah 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 blah. And it says Disney. Let's see. They say because rely on a collection of agreements between Disney and the city from the 90s, which provide financial financing for the improved and revitalized Anaheim Resort District. This was basically the construction of the Mickey and Friends parking structure. Is the like subsidiaries, they say, and Disney's trying to say, oh, that was an agreement, that wasn't like a tax thing, and blah blah blah. So they were trying to fight it and say that they don't get city, whatever the wording was, subsidiaries or it says
The
subsidiaries.
subsidies.
It
It's
says
subsidies.
subsidiaries, but it must be subsidies.
Yeah, it's subsidies.
But
they benefit from so much.
Right.
As
and so that was their argument, and then it says it was they won judgment, then it was overruled, and then it was brought back to court again, and then they've won now. Supposedly the Disney has agreed to the settlement.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they benefit so much. I remember when they first talked about Disneyland Forward, they had talked about investing $1 billion into the city and the infrastructure and everything, and because of how much they were investing, they were going to get a bunch of other benefits along with it, a lot of tax breaks and stuff like that. So the fact that they were arguing that just doesn't make sense. But this is good because I think Measure L officially kicks in, I think, January 1st. Minimum wage is going to raise to $20 and change, like $20.50 or something like that. The strike that had happened last summer, I think, for the unions had raised it to like $24 an hour, which puts it a lot closer. I don't know the exact number, but I remember reading an article not too long ago where they had done a study to try to figure out what a living wage was in the city of Anaheim, and I think it was close to $24 for a single person in order to live comfortably. So this definitely puts it closer for it's easier, obviously, if you're in a couple or, if you live with friends or something at that wage. But it's definitely closer to where you need to be to have a living wage at that point. So this is fantastic news, especially, like I said, going into Christmas, going into this holiday season. This has been a fight that's been happening for some time. So to all the cast members, congratulations. We're so happy for you for fighting this fight for so long. And while you were fighting,
hanging in there,
and still making the magic every
Right.
day. It's like not. We see your TikTok videos, we see your Instagram notes and the stuff that you're posting, and we saw your struggles, and we always wish we can do more, and hopefully spreading the word helped in some way. But congratulations. Super happy for you. Disney, thank you for doing the right thing for your cast members.
Yes.
Thank you for making this a happy holiday season for a lot of them. So I think that's a good place to end the podcast. What do you think?
Definitely.
Yeah. Good, happy note. Remember, go to YouTube, try to get us to 600 subscribers before the end of the year. We got 10 days as of the recording of this episode. If we could
You're
do
gonna
it,
see people at
that'd be
Christmas
awesome.
time and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey.
Have them use all 20 of their Gmail accounts. Do it. Let's get over 600. That'll be an awesome present. And remember to join us over on Discord. Join the community. Podketeers.com/links is where you'll find all those links as well. And to all of you listening, regardless of the holiday that you celebrate, whether it's Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or the winter solstice in general, or you don't celebrate anything and you just want to hang out and watch Disney Plus or Netflix or something, happy to you as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Happy, merry, all of the things.
Right.
All the fun stuff.
All the fun stuff. So until next time, keep dreaming, keep moving forward, and always remember to pass on the magic. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.